Yo, everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome back to Rock Soldier's channel. Let's get into it. I'm Joe.
And I'm Rock Soldier, baby. We're predicting Week 11 of the 2021 NFL season. But before we do that, we're going to talk about my Week 10 picks, how they went. So the first matchup of last week on Thursday Night Football was the Ravens versus the Dolphins. Biggest upset of the week, I think. It's up there. They
It was
lost.
just sad.
Yeah,
Completely sad.
they lost 22-10. How do you do that? It's Tua. And Tua didn't even play the whole game. That's the thing. Jacoby Brissett was playing. So I took the L on that one. You have any thoughts about that game? It was just sad, right?
I was just
Nothing.
confused why they didn't put two in. They didn't keep him in. But, at the end of the day, they still got the job done. I would have done things differently, but a win's a win.
Yeah, well, he was coming in with a hurt finger, and they didn't want to start him because they wanted him to heal properly. So that's why they started Jacoby Brissett, but Jacoby Brissett ended up getting hurt, so they had no option, and they put in Tua. And the Dolphins got the dub, so congrats to them. And the Ravens need to reevaluate themselves. Next up, we got the Saints and the Titans. I believe I got this game right. The Titans on top of the Saints. And Adrian Peterson did something. Not much. Got some yards. It was mostly a defensive game. But
Yeah,
Tannehill got the job done.
I don't think we're going to see much from Adrian Peterson until, maybe week 15. That's just my prediction because he's probably still got to shake the rust off, and he still has to get in the swing of things and
Mm-hmm.
learn a little bit of the plays. I don't really think the plays are gonna be a big difference for him. Just kind of getting in the groove. But other than that, I think we could potentially see some really beautiful plays out of him and some
Yeah,
great things.
future Hall of
But
Famer, my guy. Future Hall of Famer.
we'll see.
The Saints, yeah, they were playing without Jameis because he tore his ACL, so they're stuck with Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill, and they didn't
And
play with
then
Alvin Kamara.
yeah,
Mark
I know
Ingram
my
stepped
fantasy
up.
hurt.
Yeah, Mark Ingram stepped up though, got 20 points, so good for them. Let's move on to the next game. I did get this game right. About time Josh Allen put up some fantasy points. They won 45-17. The Jets just suck. Let's just put that out there. Mike White isn't good. He did have that one lucky win against, I forget who it was, but he had one lucky win. And other than that, he's garbage. And they're starting Joe Flacco this week. So the Jets just need to rebuild, and they haven't been able to do that for the past, 15, 20 years. And they're
They
always
should
doing it
just
every year.
they
So,
should just get replaced by Alabama. End of discussion.
yeah, facts. All right, now this game. Lions-Steelers. What the fuck was this game? It was a tie game. The Lions haven't won a game yet, but it's okay. They didn't lose this week. They tied with the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger did not play in this game. Mason Rudolph played. But the Steelers are a better team. You would think they would have still killed the Lions. The Lions just suck.
Well, in my opinion, I think the Steelers have the potential of really, really doing good and making a franchise just even greater. But the decisions that they're making in the past couple years kind of show what they're about. In my opinion, I think they need to take Ben out completely, unless Ben can actually tutor Mason Rudolph into becoming something more. But I think they should get rid of Ben, and I think they should work on their defense a little bit and kind of go from there. But
Yeah, well,
that's all I got to say. And also not pay the refs, to give them
yeah, that
calls.
last
But
game.
that's
Uh,
besides the point. We're
yeah,
going to talk
that's
about
something
real shit.
else. But yeah, Big Ben, Mason Rudolph isn't the answer. Big Ben isn't the answer. They have to draft someone this year in the first round or get someone through free agency because Big Ben, he's getting old and his immune system's kind of weak. He got COVID, so I don't know. But they also
Not
have
only
Dwayne
that,
Haskins.
his arm's not even the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. The Steelers are just living in the past, thinking he's still good. So there's that. I guess I took the L on that one. It was a tie. I predicted the Steelers to win, so I guess I'll just take the L in that game. I don't know what to call that. I didn't know to predict a tie, but whatever. It is what it is. Jaguars, Colts, Carson Wentz, and Jonathan Taylor. They're pretty good. They've been winning the past few games, but they haven't played any competitive teams. The Jaguars almost came back and won this game. James Robinson got some playing time after being out with a heel injury, and the Colts still ended up winning this game. I expected them to, so I got the dub on that one. Any thoughts about that game?
I really just don't understand what the Jaguars are trying to accomplish this year. They have a great quarterback. Um, I thought they had a good coach. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's coach problem. I don't know if it's players problem,
I
but
think it's a roster problem. They just need to
yeah,
rebuild.
I
And
don't. I have no idea what they're doing. I,
I
I
have,
can't. I can't. I don't have an answer for you. I just don't know what they're doing.
yeah, I don't know why they dismantled that team that went to the playoffs. Like, I get Blake Bortles wasn't the answer at quarterback. I get that. But they shipped off Jalen Ramsey, Calais Campbell, AJ Bouye. The list goes on and on. They just destroyed that team, and now it's just god awful. And the
Didn't they
best
have
player
Leonard
right
Fournette?
now. Oh yeah, and they got rid of Leonard Fournette. They released him,
Mhm.
and now look where all those players are doing now. They're contending in the playoffs and possibly the Super Bowl every year with their new team. So, what does that say? The GM is god awful in Jacksonville.
Yep.
Next game, another upset of the week. No one predicted this. The GOAT lost to the Washington football team. All right. Chase Young did tear his ACL in this game. Prayers up to him, hoping for a speedy recovery. But the Washington defense just had Tom Brady's number this past Sunday.
Yeah. Sorry, I was drinking water.
That's fine, man.
I
Gotta
really
hydrate.
don't. I really don't understand what was happening. Again, if you kind of look at the past numbers from last year with Mike Evans and Tom Brady, it looks like he's actually trying to spread the wealth, and it looks like he's trying to spread it to Godwin, Antonio Brown, and he had Gronk, but Gronk's now gone. But
Yeah. He's
it,
got
it's
back
it's
spasms.
yeah, and with that kind of a receiver core, you kind of have to because you have such great talent, and it's almost damn near impossible to form a secondary against these guys because they're great players. So I think they kind of went to the approach of spreading the love, but at the same time, not if that makes sense because it's just weird, and I think Brady's just getting old, and me personally, I would if I was him, I would just get maybe one more ring and say, yeah, guys, I'm done. Like I know I'm the GOAT. I don't have to prove anything else. Like I'm chilling.
Yeah, I don't
That that's
know
just, that's just me.
what else he has to prove. I know he's pretty good, and he's still playing at a high level. Last 2 weeks haven't been promising for him, but he's still gonna make the playoffs. He's still gonna try and contend for a Super Bowl because he still could play at an elite level, and he showed it from time and time again this season. But he just took an L this week against Washington. It's a regular season game, and he was missing Antonio Brown this game. He was missing Gronk. They're missing corners in that secondary like Richard Sherman. So
Mm,
the team just needs to get healthy and just resume action this week against the Giants. But we'll talk about that later when we get to that game. Um, but yeah, the Browns, they took an L. They took a big fat L to Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. Bill
I
Belichick is
don't like.
back, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's not back.
Oh,
No,
he's
he's not
back.
back.
Oh, he's
No,
back.
I'm sorry. No.
Bill Belichick, greatest coach of all time. He finally was able to rebuild the roster, and he got Mac Jones, first round quarterback, has been the best rookie quarterback so far this year. And he's got him some weapons. He got him Hunter Henry. He got him Janu Smith at the tight end spot. They got Kendrick Bourne at receiver. Aguilar's kind of ass because it's Aguilar. You know him from the
That was
Philadelphia days.
that
And
was a just
that was a
terrible pick.
questionable decision. They got Jacoby Myers. He finally scored his first touchdown of his career. So that's a good thing. Um, but other than that, I feel like the Patriots could be a playoff team this year. They've been playing at a high level the past few weeks, and with a coach like Bill Belichick and the roster that he has put together this past offseason, I think they could contend for the playoffs. That's just my opinion.
I see your point. Yeah, we'll see. I'm not 100% on board with Patriots right now. I'm just not. I
Okay.
think I think we need to give them some more time, but we'll see. Maybe next year be different. And I'm gonna be honest. I thought the Browns would have done a lot better. I know Miles Garrett has been eating um, on defense this year with what? How many sacks and counting?
I don't
He's
know.
insane.
He's up there. Um,
He's insane.
yeah, the Browns is the first game without Odell. They were saying Odell is the problem. Baker's
He is a
first game
problem.
without him. What happened? Still lost. Still lost. That's all I gotta say. I know he didn't
Um,
have Nick Chubb, but he had Dearness Johnson. Dearness Johnson put up a big game, so that wasn't an issue. Baker Mayfield was just playing. He's playing with a torn labrum right now, so take it with a grain of salt. I think Baker Mayfield isn't that good. I think the Browns need to move off of him. He's just an average quarterback at best, and I believe the Browns could be better if they move off of him. That's my thoughts about that.
Baker Mayfield.
Yep, I don't think he's the guy.
Uh, I think he's
But
had more commercials than he has had touchdowns this year.
exactly, so he's making his
Uh,
money, so he could just retire now. Like he's set for life.
true, true. I'm not, I'm not 100% not with that, but I do think he needs to kind of improve this year and turn around this year to make it
Mm-hmm.
more promising next year
Okay.
and to keep the fans' faith. But other than that, I liked him. I think he should have done a lot better. But then again, he's kind of been getting some injury this year. So we'll kind of see on that, but I would like to see better things from him. That's just me.
Yes, and so do Browns fans. Next game was a fucking blowout. I thought the Falcons were actually pretty good. They've
No.
been getting some wins this season. They were 4-4 coming in this game, and the Cowboys are coming off a nasty loss to the Broncos. Right? They got
Hmm.
blown out by the Broncos. It was like 30-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. They got blown out, and they're like, "Fuck that! We are great," and they just demolished the Atlanta Falcons 43-3. Dak Prescott looked unbelievable. CeeDee Lamb, unbelievable. Zeke is looking like his rookie form. That Cowboys team something to watch for.
Yeah, that is. And me personally, I feel like they would win the conference. They have enough potential to win the conference if things go right. But that's I don't know if they'll make it to semifinals. That's just
Yeah,
me.
I don't
If they
think
stay healthy, they have a really good chance of winning the conference without a doubt.
now as a playoff team. I don't know if they could beat the Bucks. I don't know if they could beat the Rams. I say they'll compete in those games. Like they won't get blown out. But I don't know
Hmm.
if they're that good yet to beat those teams. Because look who they've beat so far this year. They've beat shitty NFC East opponents. All right. They
Agreed.
played Mac Jones. I was just praising him, but he's young. He's a rookie, and they were able to shut him down most of the game. And they lost to the Bucks already this year, and they lost to the Broncos, who just got demolished by the Eagles. So like, I don't know what to think of the Cowboys right now. I think they're a playoff team. Will they go far? Maybe, but depends if they can continue to play at a high level. So
I think if they stay healthy and they just keep keep on the track that they're going and make less mistakes, I think they'll be willing. I think they'll be more than capable of becoming a playoff team and semifinals. We'll go from there. They have you say they have the Bills this year, if I'm not mistaken.
who? The Cowboys?
Yes.
They have to play them? I'm not sure.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Never mind. Next team.
All right. Panthers, Cardinals. I predicted the Cardinals to win. It didn't happen. I took an L. Cam Newton, in his return,
Yeah.
in his limited snap share, scored 2 touchdowns on his first 2 plays. That's pretty amazing. So the Cardinals, they didn't have Kyler Murray in this game, right? So we'll take that. They didn't have DeAndre Hopkins, their best receiver. So the Panthers did win, but they weren't playing the elite Cardinals that they were playing at a high level in the beginning of the season. They were playing a broken down, beat down Cardinals team. So that's why I'm guessing the Cardinals lost. And Cam Newton did look pretty special in his return. I'll give him credit where credit's due.
I think Cam found his spot with Carolina. Now I know they got rid of him
Mm-hmm.
um, for whatever reasons they had, but I feel like they match well together. And I think, if I'm gonna be honest, he got insanely lucky. But
Yeah.
at the same time, he did put some heart and dedication, and I'm glad he's back where he started, where he made his most success. Um, my biggest thing is I really want to see more from him before he retires and moves out of the league. But
Yeah.
great props to him. Now, what Cardinals? I'm just I feel for him because they keep getting injuries, and Kyler
Yeah.
Murray is by far one of the most promising quarterbacks that we have this season, and I really want to see great things from him. So if he has to take some time off, get healed up, make sure he doesn't have some ending injuries. I think that's a smart decision. There's always be more games. There'll always be more Super Bowls. So I think let him last as long as he can, and not get hurt. So if they
Yeah.
got to do, they got to do. But yet again, I'm feeling for him. I really am.
Yeah. Fun fact: Panthers are paying Cam Newton's replacement still. They're also paying Cam Newton's replacement, and now they're paying
Which
Cam Newton. So they trade away Teddy Bridgewater, right, to the
yes,
Broncos. They're still paying for that deal because they signed this contract extension, right? And then they took on Sam Darnold's contract. They're still paying him. And then they're giving Cam Newton like a $10 million contract. So I don't know what the fuck the Panthers are doing on the GM side of the
um,
ball, but they're still playing three quarterbacks, and that's not smart football. That's just not smart. But
I
hey,
look at it this way. It's above your head, right?
yeah.
I-
Cam Newton though, with adding him, I think they could make a potential playoff push. So that's a good thing. If they could continue in playing at a high level like they did this past Sunday, but they have to do it against competitive teams. I don't want to say the Cardinals aren't competitive, but they didn't have Kyler Murray. They didn't have DeAndre Hopkins. So if they could continue this success while playing competitive teams, I could see them making a playoff push and a wild card berth in the playoffs. That's my thoughts about that. But let's move on
um,
to the
all
Vikings
right.
Chargers game. So, Vikings Chargers, I had the Chargers winning, right? That didn't happen. The Vikings got the job done and they won 27-20. I did not watch this game. I know Justin Herbert had a decent game, and I think Dalvin Cook had a pretty good game. But the Vikings, I don't see them as a playoff team. The Chargers, they could possibly be making the playoffs. I don't know. They got a tough division. Everyone's up there battling for first place. They got the Chiefs, they got the Raiders, Chargers, and Broncos. Like they're all competitive right now. Could they make a playoff push? Yes. But they have to win games against the Vikings, and they couldn't do it this past Sunday. So that's what I think about that.
Yeah, I don't really have much to say about this game. Again, I didn't get the opportunity to watch it. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, Vikings, I feel that they're not. I agree with you. I don't think they're a playoff team. I'm not sold on them. Chargers, I think if they keep Justin Herbert in the game, keep him trying new things and coming up with trick plays, and kind of just utilizing him more if available, and then coming up with a different strategy for other players, I think they have a good chance. But we'll see on that one. I could be definitely wrong on that.
Yeah. Um, but I think the Chargers could still try and make a way to the playoffs if they just figure out how to win games and finish games and get some players healthy. But other than that, let's move on to the Seahawks and the Packers game. Now, this was Russell Wilson's first game back from the finger injury. So I expected big things, and I probably shouldn't have. I picked the Seahawks to win. I'm like, Russell Wilson's coming back. Aaron Rodgers coming back from COVID. I don't think Aaron Rodgers will be playing that well. It was a low scoring matchup, defensive game, but the Packers got the job done. I did take the L on this game, so that's unfortunate. But the Packers, they're going to be a playoff team. They're going to be contending for that Lombardi trophy. They always are every year. The Seahawks, I'm sorry to say it, but they're not going to make the playoffs. They've already lost a lot of games, and in a tough division like the NFC West, they got to deal with the Rams. They got to deal with the Niners. And who's the other team? I'm blanking right now. But they got to deal with that team too. So, other than that, I don't think they're making the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. I I feel that they are just making odd decisions on their part. I know one of your other co-stars, co-hosts you had on this wonderful video could agree that Geno Smith is pretty good. Other than that, I really don't have any sympathy for Seahawks. Um,
hmm
they have such great weapons on offense and defense. Bobby Wagner in the back. On offense, you have literally one of the two best, in my opinion, receivers with a great quarterback. I agree with you. That was a pretty big upset. I'm not really sold on Packers, especially how Aaron Rodgers is kind of dealing with all his debacle on that team. Do I feel for him? Yes, I do. For this whole COVID thing, yeah. All I gotta say is, if you sign a contract and stuff, you kind of lied, and to me, that's not very honorable as a player, as a human, uh, as an individual, I should say. So
hmm
for that, I don't really feel for him. I do feel for him for his team before all this whole thing happened, but if they do end up winning this year, which I kind of some part of me hopes. But if they don't, I don't really see Aaron Rodgers really competing in this league no more. That's just me.
Yeah, if they don't win this year, I think he's going to be leaving Green Bay, and teams will want to have him on their team. Teams like the Steelers would be a perfect place for him because the Steelers, they got an elite defense, but the quarterback situation is a little shaky right now, and a guy like Aaron Rodgers could fill in there and make the Steelers playoff contenders and possibly Super Bowl contenders, I think. But let's move on to the next game. Eagles Broncos. The Eagles, I don't know what to think of them. One week they're dog shit, the next week they're just blowing out teams. So I predicted the Broncos to win because the Broncos are coming off a very big upset against the Dallas Cowboys, and they played the Eagles. And the Eagles looked great in this game. Devontae Smith, rookie wide receiver, Heisman Trophy winner out of Alabama, had 2 touchdowns. He is looking to be one of the best rookie wide receivers in the draft class right now. And the defense, Darius Slay, pretty good trade acquisition for the Eagles. Had a fumble 6, and the Eagles, they're looking decent. Will they make the playoffs? Probably not. But I liked what I saw from Jalen Hurts. He looked pretty good. And Jordan Howard has been on the practice squad, and he stepped up and is now on the active roster and is filling in pretty damn good for Miles Sanders with an ankle injury. So congrats to the Eagles for beating the Denver Broncos.
Boston Scott also had a couple nice runs I saw on there
Yeah.
on that game. I was actually surprised that he actually did that good as he did
Yeah.
at least.
I was just surprised that the Broncos were not competing like they were last week against the Dallas Cowboys, the same way they were with the Eagles.
Uh,
But
Eagles kind of get their luck here and there. I feel like I'm not so set on the whole new regime they have with the coaches and
yeah,
um,
Nick Sirianni, I don't know. It's a question mark right now
I'm
at the head coach position.
if you see his interviews, also I know if you just
Yeah.
see his interviews, he's kind of giving me Doug Peterson vibes on like how he talks and stuff. And that's
But
great and
Dougie
all.
P got you that Super Bowl,
Nick Foles got us that Super Bowl,
though.
and
It
look
helped
where
with
he
the
is now.
coaching. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
No, what really helped us was that offensive coordinator, that quarterback coach we got rid
Frank
of,
Reich.
that we traded. Yes. that's what really helped Eagles get that win. I think he's a great. I don't think Peterson's good without him, but also he's a good coach. Um, yeah, with Eagles wise, I don't know what to tell you because as being an Eagles fan, uh, it's just been upset, turn up, upset. Like it's too unpredictable. I think this year is just a dry run to see how everything matches, and kind of go from here. I'm not really thinking much of this team. If you think that they're gonna win the conference, I'm sorry, Eagles fans, you are sadly mistaken. That's just
Mm-hmm.
no. Whoever's thinking that, you're delusional. Don't know football. On the side note, Broncos, I kind of don't know what they're doing this year because I thought they were actually really good contenders, and now they're just up in the air in my opinion.
Yeah.
Was it Judy? Was that one
Who?
receiver? Judy, number one receiver on
Jerry
Broncos.
Judy?
Jerry Judy, that's what it is. Sorry, I was drawing a blank. I'm actually surprised how well he's doing this year. I did not predict that he was going to do this well.
Mm-hmm. But I think the way the division is set up for the Broncos, I believe they are either the third best team or the fourth best team in that division. I think the Chiefs are going to win a division, even though they had their ups and downs at the beginning of the year.
Uh,
I think they're going to win a division. And then I think the Chargers come in the wild card spot. And I see the Raiders and the Broncos missing the playoffs. And let's transition now to the Chiefs Raiders game. Perfect timing. Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdowns, 400 plus yards passing. I think Patrick Mahomes just got out of his funk. And I think the
yeah,
Chiefs are going to start to roll teams again.
I agree with that. A couple games ago, I thought that he was pretty shaky. I didn't expect this from him. I think that those games he was relying on luck and less skill. I think he's a great quarterback, and I think that if he just keeps grinding and not relying on his wonderful football throws that he throws like a baseball, he actually would do a lot better. Raiders, I kind of feel for them. I really do. They've had a crazy year
Mm-hmm.
with losing a receiver and their head coach. But me personally, I hope to get a wild card position out of them if available. But at this rate, I don't think we have hope for that at all.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's a tough division. And the AFC, there's a lot of good teams. And recently, ever since John Gruden has been gone and the tragedy with Henry Ruggs, I just do not see the Raiders making the playoffs. But
I don't have any sympathy for Ruggs.
yeah, he he deserved being released because he made a pretty dumb decision, and I'll just leave it at that. So, last game of the week was Rams Niners on Monday Night Football. And by the way, these last 4 games, I took all L's on. I thought it was going to be the other way around for every game. I predicted the Raiders to win the way the Chiefs have been playing. I predicted the Broncos to win the way they've been playing. I predicted the Packers, or not the Packers, I predicted the Seahawks to win because of Russell Wilson's return. And boy, was I wrong with this game as well. The Niners beat the Rams 31-10. Odell Beckham's first game had 2 catches, played like 15 snaps. So 2 catches on 15 snaps isn't bad. I feel like Matthew Stafford in this game felt the pressure of the Rams getting these big pieces like Von Miller and Odell, and he wasn't able to succeed in this game. The Niners defense is a tough defense. They got Nick Bosa. They got Fred Warner. They got some playmakers. Remember, this team made the Super Bowl a few years back. So I think that kind of hurt them. And Odell not being there and practicing with them that long, they just don't have that connection yet. And the loss of Robert Woods with the ACL, that doesn't help the passing game at all. But Cooper Kupp, he still was great in this game, but not enough to beat the Niners.
Yeah. Rams. I'm to be honest with you, I'm not sold on Odell Beckham. I think he's kind of I don't know. I don't want to say mediocre because I know he's a great to at least make it in the NFL. You know, you have to be somewhat of an athlete and great.
Hmm.
But I'm not sold on him as a person. I think he's kind of just jumping in here and there, and he's not really fitting anywhere. I mean, if he finds his fit, I think he could potentially become a terrific receiver. But at the same time, I feel like he's just riding his success from the Giants and going from there. But he does make plays when he needs to, so it's kind of up in the air for me with him. But I'm not sold on him. On San Francisco side, uh, Debo Samuel, uh, terrific. Need I say more? He's definitely a weapon, and he's something to look after. And if available, make trades for him if you have to for any teams that looking there for a receiver. I'm talking about fantasy wise at least. Um, Terrific guy. I don't know if he will end up staying in San Francisco. I haven't heard any word from him leaving. But yeah, I actually really want to see some successful stories out of him in future years of NFL his career.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, I didn't expect this outcome either. I really thought the Rams were gonna demolish
yeah.
him.
Another upset of the week. So that was like three big games. They're big upsets. So let's calculate how many L's I took and how many dubs I took. So it's the last four games I took L's, but let's go back from the beginning. So the Ravens, I took an L. That'd be 5. Um, I took an L on the Steelers game. That's 6. I took an L on the Bucks game. That's 7. And I took an L on the Cardinals game, which is 8, and I took an L on the Chargers game, which is 9. So that's 9 L's. Now I have to calculate the dubs. Here we go. So the dubs, Titans, that's 1. The Bills, that's 2. Colts, that's 3. The Patriots is 4. Cowboys is 5. So I think I went 5-9. That's not good. That's
No,
bad.
no, it's not good. There's just a
But
lot of upsets.
there was a lot of upsets, so I guess it is what it is. But in the beginning weeks of the season, I was going off for predictions. I was just going off. But the last few weeks, been taking some L's here and there. So there's that. Went 5-9. You don't have a record because you didn't make any picks. But you're gonna be
No,
making
sir.
picks today. You're gonna be making
I'll
picks
make.
today.
Let's do it. I'm ready for
Let's
it.
do it. All right. Week 11. It's already week 11. Wow. Tonight, Thursday night football. The Patriots take on the Falcons. I have the Patriots winning this game. They have been playing pretty damn good past few weeks. The Falcons coming off a big loss. And I think with Bill Belichick having the Falcons number and that Super Bowl 28-3, I think he gets a job done again tonight on Thursday Night Football.
Yeah. I'm actually going to take the other side of that coin. I'm saying Falcons are, just
Okay.
because I think Patriots are going to ride their success a little too much and get clouded judgment, and they're not going to be in the game. And I feel that if this was the moment that Falcons wanted to you know not be a laughing stock, I feel like it would be this game. But yeah, I'm saying Falcons taking the dub. I could 100% wrong, but I'm saying Falcons win.
All right. So me and Joey, different teams, pick different teams right there. I picked the Patriots. He picked the Falcons. Let's move on to the next game, the Ravens and the Bears. Now, I feel like the Ravens, they're going to bounce back this week. They're playing Justin Fields and the Bears. Justin Fields is a rookie, and the Ravens defense is going to be too much for Justin Fields, I believe, and I have the Ravens on top of the Bears.
Yeah, I kind of feel that way too. I kind of don't really have any strong opinions on this game. It could go either or for me. I feel like they're kind of evenly matched, but at the same time not. It's kind of just how they play and how they decide to go about and with the schemes and stuff. But I'll probably agree with you. Ravens taking the double on that one.
All right, so me and Joey are on the same page for that game. So there you go. Packers Vikings. Now, this game could go either way. Um, Kirk Cousins has been decent against playing the Packers. I believe he's 3-3 in his career playing the Packers since he joined the Vikings. Um, but I feel like the Packers are a better team and able to squeak out a win against the Seahawks last week. Good defensive battle. I feel like Aaron Rodgers will be better coming off of COVID and actually having a week of practice. So I think the Packers get the job done this Sunday at 1 o'clock against the Vikings.
I agree with that too. I feel like that is going to be a very heavy defensive game. I feel like both sides of the ball are going to just it's either going to be a blowout or it's going to be a very close match. But at the same time, I feel that Aaron Rodgers is going to pull the job off and take the dub.
All right. Next game, Colts and Bills. Now Carson Wentz and the Colts have been playing pretty decent the last few games, but they haven't been playing any competitive teams. They're taking on the Bills this week. The Bills, they were coming off a loss against the Jaguars. They redeemed themselves and got a big win over the Jets. The Jets are the Jets. We talked about them already. But I feel like the Bills will be too much for Carson Wentz, and he will be making some turnovers in this game and will not get the job done. And I have the Bills on top of the Colts.
I agree as well. I feel that the Bills are going to overwhelm him, and he's not going to perform as well. And he if you keep him out of the pocket and you kind of just work a defense around him, and in my opinion, I don't think that's hard. But yeah, I feel like Bills are going to definitely take the double on that one. If it's a massive upset, I'm coming back next week and I'm going to be complaining so much about Bills' performances. But on to the next game, Lions versus Browns.
Yep. Lions
Let's
versus
get it.
Browns. Lions, they haven't won a game yet, but they tied a game. They're 0-8-1. The Browns coming off an ugly loss against the Patriots. I feel like the Browns have a better roster. They're better on paper, and I feel like they could play better than they did last week. They're going to have Nick Chubb coming back, and I think the Browns get the dub over the crappy Detroit Lions.
Yeah, agreed. I think that kind of goes without saying. Yeah, I don't really feel bad for the Lions. It's just their time to be the worst, except for the Jags. But yeah, Browns are going to demolish them without question.
All right. Now this game, Panthers Washington. Cam Newton is playing against his former head coach, Ron Rivera, in Washington. I feel like Washington could have picked up Cam Newton this whole season, but they decided to ride with Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke is coming off an impressive win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but I feel like the Panthers are going to beat the Washington football team.
Yeah, I feel like this could go either way. I feel like Panthers are going to ride their success into this game. Washington does have a good defense. I feel bad for the loss of Chase Young, but from there, I think they need a boost morale. And if they actually beat the Panthers, I think that's even more of a morale booster. And it kind of shows, a little bit of what the Washington's about. But yeah, I think overall it's going to be a closer game than anyone else thinks, and it's going to be Panthers taking the dub though with Cam
All right.
Newton. And if he utilizes DJ Moore, which I haven't really heard his name too much in the past weeks, DJ Moore actually might make a surprise appearance for multiple touchdowns. But we'll see.
We will see. So me and Joe are on the same page about every game besides the first game tonight. Patriots, Falcons. Now we're moving on to the next one. Texans, Titans. Texans, they don't got Deshaun Watson anymore. He hasn't played this whole year. They're riding with Tyrod Taylor. They're in the middle of a rebuild. The Titans, they're the best team in the AFC. They got an 8-2 record. And they're winning games without Derrick Henry. And they're going to keep riding that train. Adrian Peterson, future Hall of Famer, in the backfield. They're going to get the job done over the Texans. It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, I can't really see I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't watched a single snap of a Texans game that I can
Oh, I
remember.
haven't either.
Uh, so and then again, you're going against Titans. It might be a close game. It might not be. I don't think it's gonna be terribly close. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout like any other games we had this past week. But I do say Titans. Titans are gonna take this one.
Right.
I think Texans just need another rebuild phase. But yeah,
Cool. Now we got the Niners. And we got the Jaguars. Niners coming off an impressive win against the Los Angeles Rams. The Jaguars coming off a loss to Carson Wentz and the Colts. Niners are the better team. Kyle Shanahan, I think, is a better coach in the NFL than Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer, it's his first year. The Jaguars roster is pretty ass compared to the Niners roster, so I got the Niners on top.
Um, this is gonna sound really, really foolish. I was actually thinking the Jags might actually pull this one off. Um, just how things are kind of going. How and something in my gut that's telling me Jags might pull it off. So I do want to say the most likely answer is the 49ers, obviously. I don't know. I feel that they might have a good start to the first quarter and the third quarter, but eventually I do think the 49ers might put it together. But we'll see. But
So you
final
got the
final guess.
Jaguars.
Final guess. Yeah, I'll say Jags as the upset.
All right, so that's Joey's upset of the week.
Yeah.
Jaguars over the Niners. We'll see if that happens. I don't think it will, but hey, I might be wrong, and we'll talk about it next week. Next game, we have the Dolphins going up against the New York Jets. Now, both these teams haven't been great this year. Joe Flacco is playing in this matchup. I feel like this game could go either way,
Mhm.
but Brian Flores, the coach of the Dolphins, I think is a better coach right now than Robert Saleh. And this is Joe Flacco in like year 12 of his career. He's pretty bad. He's been on multiple teams the past few years. He's a backup quarterback. He can read defenses, but like his arm strength isn't there. And I don't think he gets the job done against the Dolphins. I had the Dolphins getting a dub in this one.
Yeah, actually, I kind of want to add that add every game this week. I think the most evenly matched up is maybe this one. I really want to see it. I'm looking forward for it. Overall, Dolphins probably gonna take the dub on this one. I'd be surprised if Jets pull it off, but Dolphins somehow will find a way.
All right. Now we got the Saints playing the Eagles. Now, the Saints, last time they played the Eagles, which was last year, it was Jalen Hurts' first start of his NFL career, and Jalen Hurts got the dub over Taysom Hill and the Saints. This year, the Eagles are playing Trevor Siemian and the Saints offense, and I feel like the way the Eagles have been playing, yes, I know I'm a Giants fan, but I'm picking the Eagles in this game.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. I don't know. You caught me off guard. I thought you were gonna say Saints. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this could probably. I don't think it's gonna go either or. I think there's gonna be some good plays out of Philadelphia. I feel like that's going to be a given, but at the same time, I feel like the team's too young. But I could be wrong. This could be the game that they put things together and they start to really match up well. But overall, I really think the Saints are going to obliterate them. That's depending on if Alvin Kamara stays in,
That
because
is true.
as of right now, I think he's questionable
He is
for the
questionable.
status. But we'll see. But yeah, no, I'm thinking Saints are going to obliterate them, and yeah, I don't. I think Eagles just
Okay.
won't get the job done.
Um, Fun fact: the Eagles are favorites in this game. I was going to say this is my upset of the week, but the Eagles are favorites in this game by 2 points.
Hmm.
So I guess I'm picking the team that's favored to win. So the Eagles, I have them on top. Bengals Raiders, man oh man. Now the Bengals are coming off a bye. Bengals have been playing pretty okay this season. They've had great games at the beginning of the year, but then the last few weeks they fell. Because of the Raiders, great start to the season. I believe they were 3-0. And then they fell off. They lost their coach. Henry Ruggs happened. I don't know who to pick in this game, but I'm going to say this. I think Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, that connection is going to be unstoppable this Sunday. And I think Joe Mixon has been playing pretty well this season. So I have the Bengals on top of the Raiders this Sunday.
Um. Yeah. I feel like it could go either way. Um. You know. I think the only thing that's going to save the Raiders is going to be their defense to actually hold that Chase Young and Joe Burrow. I'm not Chase Young. Geez, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Um, sorry.
Brain cramp.
Yeah, sorry. Lost train of thought. Defense on the Raiders is probably the only reason that they're going to be saved. Uh, Me personally, I don't think Derek Carr is the answer for the Raiders. I think they need somebody fresh, somebody new, somebody willing to try something different. Then again, you do see some great plays out of Derek Carr. It's kind of a weird scenario. He can't get the job done, but he can at certain times. Uh Final guess. I say Bengals. Yeah,
All
Bengals
right.
taking it home.
Got the Bengals. Now this could be the game of the week here. Cowboys, they've been playing high level. Chiefs, they've been looking good last week. Mahomes, 5 touchdowns. Now, can he continue that success against a team like the Cowboys, the way they've been playing this year? I think he does. I think the Chiefs do win this game. I feel like the Chiefs' offense will be too hard to stop for the Cowboys' defense, and I feel like it could be a close game. The Cowboys' offense is pretty good as well, but recently the Chiefs' defense has been stepping up this last few weeks, and I think the Chiefs will beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's another good matchup. There's already past three matchups I really want to see this week. Um, hmm. I feel like Cowboys will do the job, get the job done. Chiefs, I feel like if Patrick Mahomes gets discouraged on his first drive, it kind of affects his rest of his gameplay. I think that's the biggest thing they have to do is Cowboys really just show their dominance on defense and lock it down. I know it's easy to say, hard to do, but yeah, no, I'm going to take the other road. I'm saying Cowboys are going to take the dub. I
All
think
right,
Dak Prescott is really going to show what he has to do, and yeah, let's see what Ezekiel Elliott has to prove, if
all
anything.
right. Yeah, you could go either way on that game, but I think the Chiefs will ultimately win, and Joe thinks the Cowboys will. So we'll see who ends up being victorious on this Sunday, but it could be a tie like the Steelers Lions game. We don't know. Cardinals, Seahawks. Now, this is a hard game to pick. I don't know if Kyler Murray's coming back yet. I don't know if DeAndre Hopkins is coming back yet. Russell Wilson, he didn't look great in his first game back with the finger injury, but I think the Cardinals are going to win this game because I think Kyler Murray is going to play this game. And I feel like the Cardinals are a better team than the Seahawks, even with Russell Wilson healthy. So I do have the Cardinals taking a dub this week against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, it kind of depends who's going to be playing. Um, I don't think. Hmm, I feel that the defense is going to be more of a bigger problem for Cardinals and both the Cardinals and Seahawks. They just got to figure out a way to shut them down.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Kyler Murray does play and he's coming off of kind of a injury or a week off,
Yeah, 2 weeks
sometimes that's
off
good.
with the ankle.
Sometimes that's good for a quarterback. Sometimes it's not. It kind of depends on how everybody bounces back. Everyone bounces back differently. Um, yeah, I'm actually thinking Seahawks might take this one. If Kyler Murray doesn't play, Seahawks are taking this one. If Kyler does, Cardinals get it. That's me. That's my standing on that game.
All right. I'll put you for the Seahawks on the screen here, but I get where you're coming from. Even if
You know
Kyler
what I'm
Murray
saying?
doesn't play, I'm still picking the Cardinals. I think they're that much better of a team. But let's
Well,
move on.
all right.
All right, what do you guys say? You guys say something?
I,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like this game would probably be the biggest game of Metcalf's for this season. He's been relatively quiet this whole season. Yeah, he's got some passes. Yeah, he got some great plays, but he hasn't really like popped off this year. And if we know anything toward the end of the season, DK really starts to step his shit up. So that's why I say that. I feel that the connection with Russell Wilson with DK
Hmm.
Metcalf is just going to be there, and yeah, we'll see.
We will see. Next game, Steelers Chargers. I'm gonna pick the Chargers. And the reason being, we still don't even know if Big Ben's going to come back from COVID. And TJ Watt, I don't know if he's playing in this game. And I think Justin Herbert and the Chargers will rebound after a loss to the Vikings. I feel like the Chargers are a better team than the Steelers, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, I think the Steelers got a better defense, but I feel like the Chargers will get the dub against the Steelers on Sunday night.
Yeah, I think that goes without question. I'm agreeing with you. Chargers all the way. Yeah, yeah, over and done with.
All right. Well, we got the last game of the week. My favorite team going against the GOAT,
Prime time, baby.
Tom Brady. Giants have had Tom Brady's number in the Super Bowl, but he's on the Bucks. We don't have Eli Manning anymore. That was 10 years ago. All right. We got Daniel Jones. He likes to turn the ball over a lot. Tom Brady's coming off of 2 losses, and he really wants to get a win, and especially against the Giants, he wants to win a lot. Saquon might be back for this game. That might be good for the Giants, but I don't think it's good enough to get the job done. I think the Bucks will win. They're a better team, and with Tom Brady at the quarterback spot, he's going to tear up our defense. I could see this game kind of being close, but I feel like the Bucks will win ultimately. I'm hoping the Giants win. I'm a Giants fan. That would be an amazing upset of the week. But I have the Bucks winning because they're just better than my Giants.
Yeah, I agree with you too. I think Bucks are taking it. And if we're both wrong, because there is a chance that the Giants can win because their morale is kind of low. But at the same time, I don't think the Giants have producing this year, and I feel that Tom Brady's going to take advantage of that and just be his regular self and kick ass. So yes, Bucks taking this one.
All right. So that concludes the Week 11 predictions for the 2021 NFL season. I want to thank my boy Joey for coming on this episode today. And any last remarks, Joseph?
No, I just want to say thank you for having me. I know I probably sound like an idiot half the time when I talk about football. Yeah, that's just me. Other than that, you can catch me on Rock Soldier's channel for Call of Duty videos and other fun, creative videos for content. Thank you for tuning in, and hope you all have a great, great, great Week 11 of NFL football. And yeah, enjoy.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I would really appreciate it. I'll catch you guys later. RockSoldier72 signing off.